Hello friends, so this one is definitely going to blow your mind and make you look at everything totally differently. So, have you ever wondered why, when someone has a near-death experience or an astral travel experience, they see something called supercolor? Supercolor is when you see colors you didn't even know existed, colors that you've never seen before, colors that convey emotion and thought and have consciousness. Yes, conscious colors. That is supercolor. That's what you experience in the astral spirit world. Pretty cool, huh? Now contrast that with an out-of-body experience. When you have an out-of-body experience, typically you'll see things in black and white, muted, muddy, fuzzy colors, distorted vision. Why are these two things that seem to be so similar so different? Near-death experience, supercolor. Out-of-body experience, black and white. Why is this? I'm gonna tell you next week. Tune in on Tuesday. Just kidding. That'd be messed up, right? No, I'm gonna tell you right now. So I had a out-of-body experience, and I saw everything in black and white. I described it in my book as like, it was like a security camera up in the corner of the room looking down. It even had that fisheye, kind of distorted, point of view, and everything was black and white. That was my out-of-body experience. And then I find out most people report the same thing. When they're out of body, they see black and white or really like fuzzy, muddied colors. I was like, whoa, that's so crazy. But then when people have near-death experiences and they actually cross over, or they are astral traveling, they describe the opposite. They say they see in like 8K or like 100K, right? Like everything is hyper realistic, more real than real. They see colors that just blow their mind. They like see colors and they look at the color and they say that color is love. That color is love. I mean, this is called supercolor. It's crazy. So why is this? Well, let's break it down. It's so fascinating. This is going to make you see all of reality totally differently. So let's start with the out-of-body experience. Okay, so picture your physical body, right, as like a radio, and we're a tuner, and we're just taking the signal from source and our higher self. It goes source, higher self, us, and we're like a radio antenna, tuning that signal, okay? So remember those old radios, way back in the day, when we had radios, and they had like a tuner, like a big knob, right? And when you're on a radio station and it's clear, you're good, you're rocking and rolling, right? But then somebody hits the dial or whatever, right? And it gets a little off and then it's all staticky, okay? All right, so that's like an out-of-body experience. So our consciousness is typically tuned into our body and we're both on the same frequency. Everything, just like Tesla says, everything is energy and waves and frequency. So when your consciousness is in your body, you're tuned, okay? And everything's good. You can experience this world. Everything makes sense. Everything's in color. You're looking through your eyeballs. You're seeing everything the way you're supposed to. This body is made for this physical world, so it's in tune. And then your consciousness gets in tune with your body, and everything's in tune and everything's good. But when you have an out-of-body experience, your body or your consciousness peels out of your body, kind of like Velcro, right? It kind of, and your consciousness is out of your body, but it's still in this physical world, okay? So it doesn't have your eyeballs to render the color and everything, and it is like out of tune, okay? Your consciousness is not made for this world. Your consciousness enters into this world through your body and uses it like a vehicle. Kind of like if we want to go to the deep sea, we hop in a submarine and go in the deep sea. I can't just dive in the ocean and swim down the deep sea. I need a submarine. I need a vessel to do it. Our body is the vessel for our consciousness to submerge into this reality. So when it's not in this body, it's out of tune. It's kind of out of whack, right? So you can do it. You can leave your body and you can roam around, but everything's going to be distorted. Everything's going to be a little different, okay? Now that's an out-of-body experience. Black and white, muddied colors, distorted, right? Pretty interesting. Now, take your consciousness and zoom it out of here, all right? Like when you have a near-death experience and you literally cross over, your physical body dies, right? So your consciousness goes back to spirit, or you astral travel, and your consciousness is in the astral world, right? The non-physical, you're in spirit, okay? At that point, everything's different. Why is that? Now you're seeing such vivid colors. You're seeing things you never knew existed. You're seeing emotion. You're seeing thought. You're seeing intention. You're surrounded by such vivid, amazing, beautiful colors that you can't even describe it to people. People come back from near-death experiences and people are like, what was it like? And they're like, I can't even put it into words. It's indescribable. So that's because your consciousness at that point, so like here, your consciousness when it goes out of body is like a fish out of water, right? But when your consciousness is in spirit, it's made for that. That is its native place. That's where it's from. That's home. So it is like tuned in. It sees everything, senses everything. It doesn't need a body. It doesn't need any of these tools because it's home, right? It doesn't need all that stuff. It's home. That's where it's from. That's what it's made for. And when it's there, everything is crazy. It's so beautiful times a million, right? And that's why, like, an astral traveling or a near-death experience sees super color and sees things that you just can't see anywhere else. And when you have an out-of-body experience, it's just like the exact opposite. You know, it's your consciousness is a fish out of water. It's detuned. It's in a place it's not made for. It's not resonating. It's not native there. But when you have a astral travel type experience or a near-death experience and you go to spirit, you realize, oh my God, this is home. This feels right. That's why people, when they come back, they're like, I didn't even want to come back. Like, it felt so weird squeezing into that human body and coming back to this physical world, because this is not native. This is not home. Home is spirit. Home is astral. This is temporary. So it's like getting in a submarine, going down the bottom of the ocean. It's fun. It's cool. You go down there, see all sorts of neat monster things and have experiences, but eventually you're going to go back up and get out of that submarine, and then you'll be like, oh, this is home. That is spirit. That's the difference between a near-death experience or an astral travel and an out-of-body experience. Pretty cool, huh? Let me know what you guys think about this. Have a beautiful day. Peace.